Hello, everyone. Hi, can you hear me well? Yes. Okay, I look pretty, that's fine. Okay, so the title of my speech, I remember when I sent this title to my team, they were like, wow, so many non-professional words here, right? Like trailblazer, spirit, the pioneering, change, and all of these words. Because when I was thinking about the audience, I decided that I want to share with you the most, I would say, vulnerable parts of our journey, our drivers, because when we are thinking about why I chose this word, a trailblazer, because I am an impact entrepreneur. I'm a female impact entrepreneur. Being an entrepreneur is a difficult journey. Being a female entrepreneur is even more difficult. And when you add another layer as impact female entrepreneur, it becomes a really tough journey. And you really need to be a trailblazer and know that you are a trailblazer and then embrace it. And why we need a pioneering spirit to lead the change? Because you can fail economically, you can fail professionally, you can fail in many, many aspects, like socially, psychologically, but your spirit will win all the battles. This is the end line that will never fail and never lose. That's why, and it's something that connects us to our source of life, and that's from where we start all our journeys. That's why my journey starts from my pioneering spirit. So our journey, and I'm very happy that here we have some photos with my team, with some prominent partners that we have. I'm going to tell you about a safe journey, but from a perspective of a trailblazer. First of all, let's understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, because, okay, it's SafeU, it's AI-based, it's all these fancy things that we can imagine, just innovation, technology, etc. But what we believe in is that we have to serve innovation, technologies, AI, everything, to public good. This is our core belief. We believe in change. We truly believe in change, and we truly believe that we, our team, and we as women, we have the power to make it. And we believe that by empowering women, we are contributing to healthier families, to healthier communities that are the basis of our society, that are the basis of our humanity, our development. And we are contributing to peace, because the elimination of violence is the first step to peace. And I'm happy to see here recognize Artsakh, because this battle for peace is not within our families, within our communities or societies. It's also for our nations to thrive. And we begin here from women. And I want to start because everything that we do, the human, is in the center of the story, of the journey. And I want to start with her story. This is a real story about a woman, her name is Tamar, who had a 26-year-old woman with her 3-year-old daughter who was receiving death threats from her ex-husband. And then she went to her lawyer. She said that she's receiving the threats. And the lawyer told her that she needs to go to police and they need to start a case. She said, no, I don't want, I'm threatened. And then the lawyer said, then you should download a SafeU app. 2 days after she downloaded the app, she was attacked in a street by her ex-husband, who was trying to kill her and her 3-year-old daughter. She couldn't make any phone calls. And the question to you, what would you do in her case? And she represents 1 in 3 women worldwide who who are experiencing some form of sexual or physical violence. A pandemic that costs our economies 1.5 trillion a year. Just to imagine, for some countries, it's 3.7% of their GDPs. For others, more developed ones, it's just 2% of their GDPs, but it's still a huge amount of money that we use, that we lose. With more than 50,000 women killed annually. So just today, when we're enjoying this beautiful conference here, 141 women are going to be killed by people they're supposed to trust and love, by a member of their family, usually it's intimate partner or husband. And why the things are not changing? There's so much investment in this field, but we see that there's lack of cooperation, there's lack of gaps in data, because if you don't know where the problems are, then how you're going to address them. And of course, lack of cooperation. And what SafeU does, it connects instead of replacing the existing structures and mechanisms and fight against gender-based violence. So yes, we created SafeU, which has two main components as a technology. It's a mobile app for women and girls, and it's an AI-based platform for international organizations, governments, NGOs, and professionals to unite for this change. First, we of course start from women's safety, because it is a great, urgent, even if there is no awareness about this, but this is an urgent need to make sure that women are safe. Because we walk in the streets, even me, I'm working in the streets sometimes, even in Armenia or somewhere else, I am not feeling safe. Some men, they have unprivileged, unrecognized privilege to walk safe in the streets. You don't know what is it to be a woman in a beautiful dress and walk in the street, and all with this old catcalling, etc. So every time we have this confrontation with something that we feel unsafe, and it gets more severe, domestic violence, rape, etc. So women's safety is an urgent priority for us. That's why we created this function, a help function, where women can actually maximize the potential to receive help. So they can have up to 3 contacts from their family and friends, up to 3 contacts from existing support services that are in SafeU's network section. And they can also activate police. And when then they are in danger, they just need to press on self button, and all of these up to 7 directions will be notified that she is in danger. They will receive her geolocation, and immediately there will be an audio recording which can later be used as a proof of incident. And actually it was already used as a proof of incident many times. Second is understanding that many women, they don't even know where are these resources. Where are these crisis centers, support centers, shelters? They just sometimes run away from it, they escape, and they don't know where to go. And that's why we need, and everywhere in the world, it's not about like a particular country, everywhere in the world there is this issue. And that's why we created a space where all these support systems, resources can be consolidated. Because we believe that consolidation of resources is key when you need to bring this change and make sure that women have access to these resources. And of course, the third, and again, like one of the most important pillars of this change, innovation movement, however you want to call it, is understanding and leveraging the support of community. Because without creating community around this issue, without creating a space where peer-to-peer discussions, peer-to-peer support is available, then we can't make sure that we are supporting these women who are living in a very isolated, unfortunately, lives. And here, women, thanks to our forum section, women can anonymously engage in topical rooms, topical discussion rooms that are created by professionals or organizations, and they can not only engage in peer-to-peer discussions, but they can also get valuable advice by verified professionals such as lawyers, doctors, psychologists, etc. And they can also get be in private rooms where they can also receive private consultations from these professionals. And AI-based platform part actually is a place for all the stakeholders that I mentioned, like governments, NGOs, international organizations, which is a centralized and decentralized platform where everyone has their own access, from where they can use the awareness raising tools, and most importantly, the AI-based data analytics system to prevent cases of violence, to manage cases, because usually the case management takes too long and sometimes it costs human lives. And that's why the optimization should be there. And the consolidation of resources, a shared multi-stakeholder space should be there for them to work. And all these things should be in her pocket. Again, we're coming back to our human-centric approach. Otherwise, we see that these two things are not close to each other. Everything in her pocket. And as I said, prevention is our end goal. Yes, we are there to protect. Yes, we are there to consolidate everything around her. But we need to be smart enough to understand that the cycle of violence should be broken. And this can be achieved only through smart solutions, only through AI, only through analyzing and understanding the problem in depth and addressing it again in depth. That's why we're creating the AI-based data analytics system to inform policymakers to prevent cases of violence. So some numbers for you. Actually, SafeU is the only digital public good recognized by UN Secretary General that is made in Armenia. We're active in 3 countries, right now implementing in 2 other countries and negotiating with 500 countries where we're going to implement in the coming years. And we are working with multiple agencies, starting from UN agencies to Google to governments such as US State Department and other governmental institutions. And 14,000 times women reported cases of violence through our platform, and 8,000 consultations were provided to women. While we are talking about the impact that we had, and we're understanding what we are, a tech startup, so we are, let's say, and in startup ecosystem where there is a race for success, race for big numbers, but we're also an impact startup. So for us, it is very important to know, while we are scaling up, sometimes to slow down, to stop, go back, and scale deep. Because our impact model should be the main, like the core of our mission is our impact model. And our business model, which is about like scaling up, be on a race, is a place for us to understand how we can align our impact model with our business model. So while scaling up, we make sure that we stop sometimes and we scale deep. Because again, for us, the most important part of our work is to impact lives, is to make sure that it changes lives. So now let's go back to Tamar, because I started her story. I asked you, what would you do in her case? So she couldn't make any phone calls because it was physically impossible, as she described afterwards. But she said, what I could do is to press the help button because I had the SafeU. And the police arrived and arrested the guy in the crime scene. And the guy didn't even understood like what is happening because he didn't notice anything. And thanks to this, as she described later on her very beautiful Facebook post, she said, this really saved my life and life of my daughter. And most importantly, the audio recording was later used as a pivotal piece of evidence by court, and thanks to that audio recording, this criminal is now behind the bars. So what we want to achieve, our goal, is to repeat this case 141 times per day to save 141 women a day. And now going back to this pioneering spirit part, this is the, let's say not hidden, but invisible part of this journey. We see the technology, we see all these awards, we see all these recognitions from prominent organizations in the world, but in the back end of all of these actions, of course, is the pioneering spirit of me and of my team. So here I would like to tell you what was important for me in this journey, and what is important, and every day I go through these questions to myself. What is my clear purpose? Because it should be like every day, it should be crystal. What is your purpose? So we always need to know what is our purpose, where we go, and while we are going to the purpose, how we are making decisions. Staying true to yourself, to who you are, is a very big question. Sometimes we're just like performing tasks. But what are our intentions? The result is going to be the same. So always know who you are. That's the question that every day I would say ask to myself. And this is like a question that once you have a clear answer to this question, there is no chance to fail in anything. Every failure is just like, okay, this should be done a different way. That's it. There should be also courage. It takes a lot of work. Of course, again, as I said, from outside it looks like a beautiful journey, on different stages, winning a lot of awards, doing amazing work. People are grateful to what you do. But you have to have courage to persevere. Without courage, there will be nothing. You have to know that, okay, there are 1,000 reasons why I can't do this, but there is only one very clear reason why I should do what I'm doing, and that's the only way to go. So this is something every day that we have to do. Third is the mindfulness, because whatever we do, we have to do with a clear attention, because when you are leading a transformational change, you have to be very mindful. We're dealing with lives of people, we're dealing with their lives, and we have to be very mindful and understand how we're doing this. And the most important part, and the last point actually here, is the team connected to a mission. Alone, we can't go through this journey. And I'm very happy that my team members are here, and Lilith is here because she was the first person that joined me. And once she joined me, I understood this is not just a vision, this is a mission, and we are going to make it. So make sure that your teams are aligned with the mission. Otherwise, it's impossible to win this battle. So my last quote yesterday, I wrote this. For me, what is impact entrepreneurship, if you are ever going to pursue another journey of impact entrepreneur, is a constant work on who you are first, and it's working on your inner development goals. What do you want to achieve, in your inner worlds, and why you do what you do should be always have a clear response. Only in that case you can make decisions that will lead to success, that will lead to sustainability, and that will lead to impact. I want to leave you with this quote to all of you, because I believe in power that all of you have, that we have a power to save and impact lives. And we, women, we are the leaders of change. Thank you.